The score settler in centering, they met at La Montage in Sydney only recently. And now they're rematching here on the Gold Coast as Scotty Butler from Spain's Muay Thai gym makes his way to centering at the Southport Sharks to take on the white sniper, Chris Johnson. Hammer, tell us a little bit more about Scotty Butler.
Well, Scotty Butler, 15 fights, 7 wins, 8 losses. I'll tell you what, the fight's not representative of his hard ability, though. He's a very tough man, Scotty Butler. He's here to avenge his loss against Chris Johnson a few weeks back in Sydney town. Scotty Butler, trained by Leon Spain.
Well, in my opinion, he is one of the hottest and quickest rising stars of Australian kickboxing. He is built like a brick hithouse, and if he hits your face, you'll starve to death rolling. It's Chris Johnson, the white sniper. And Hammer, a lot of people saying that the man trained by Mark Hunt's trainer, Harvey Nuranoa, could be the next big thing in Aussie kickboxing.
Well, Chris Johnson recently moved over from New Zealand. He is the New Zealand WKA light middleweight champion. 14 fights, 13 wins, only 1 loss, 7 big KOs. Chris Johnson, he is certainly the favourite in centering tonight. We'll see what transpires.
Folks, the kid's got some power. Keep a close eye on him, and let's go across now to Andy Raymond.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we are under Muay Thai rules. A junior middleweight scheduled for 5 rounds. Introducing first in this international Trans-Tasman encounter, fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in at an even 69 kilos. Trained by Leon Spain, the familiar face of Spain's Muay Thai gym at Toowoomba. 15 fights with 7 wins. Ladies and gentlemen, representing Queensland, Australia, Scott the Blizzard Butler! Fighting out of the blue corner from across the Tasman, weighing in at 73 kilos. He is trained by Harvey Nuranoa from the Liverpool Kickboxing Academy in Sydney. 14 fights, 13 wins, 7 knockouts. The World WKBF Light Middleweight Amateur Champion, the New Zealand TBA and WKA Light Middleweight Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Johnson.
And this one is going to go off its rocker, folks. Hold on to your seats. Both of these two men want to get their job done nice and early in this rematch. They met only a few weeks ago. It was Johnson by KO, and now Scotty Butler, the Blizzard.
All right, protect yourselves at all times, no elbows.
Seeking
all right?
his revenge.
Let your fight your natural fight, grapple, do what you're going to do, don't disadvantage your opponent. All right, you must protect yourself. If you don't, I'm going to do it for you. All right, touch gloves, go back to the bell.
Well matched for height, well matched for reach. Heck, Hammer, they even look a little bit the same.
I'd say Chris Johnson has a slight height and reach advantage. Scotty Butler, 69 kilos. Johnson, 73. He weighed in a little heavy yesterday at the Boon Chu restaurant weigh-in. This bout brought to you by Express Mobile Phones. Scotty Butler has opted for 8-ounce gloves. Chris Johnson, he's got to wear 10s because of the slight weight difference.
Here we go, first round of action. I've just noticed the K1 World Champion Mark Hunt in the corner of the white sniper Chris Johnson, and my word, Mark Hunt looking slim. He looks like he's down to 115 kilos.
Well, I saw Mark Hunt roll up at Broadbeach on Friday, get out of a nice black Merc, Michael, tinted windows and all.
Well, Mark Hunt's next fight against Gary Goodridge over in Las Vegas. We wish him all the best of luck. I think a suicidal fight for Goodridge. Hunt will do him in 1 round, maybe 2 if Goodridge is lucky. But meanwhile, Chris Johnson and Scotty Butler, inside thigh kick from Butler, looking for the high left round kick. Inside thigh kick from Johnson, straight right hand from Johnson. The white sniper pecks him off the lead leg front kick. Nice gut munching knees there from Butler, tried for the head high knee. And this one already getting out of control.
Oh, I tell you what,
They are going at
a bit of heart, Michael. He's giving it a real shake-up, wants to really avenge that loss, the KO loss he had to Johnson.
Scotty Butler, no relenting. Johnson moving laterally around the ring, goes for the inside thigh kick. Butler checked it, wore a right hand, smack bang on the kisser. These two men are really throwing hell from leather in the first round, tagging left hand from Johnson. Johnson letting go with the heavy salvos early on. No feeling out process whatsoever.
Well, Johnson trying to those roundhouse knees. He wants to go straight up the midline with the knees rather than trying to roll them over.
Outside thigh kick from Johnson. Dropping the right hand down the breadbasket. Then attacking the outside thigh again. More right hand on the side of the jaw. Sweetly did Butler. And Johnson may have started the slower of the two, but he's turned it on in the dying seconds of this round.
Well,
outside thigh kick to the rear leg there from Butler.
Johnson's got the reach advantage in the handy department. Butler, sorry, I mixed up the knee.
Oh, spinning heel kick from Chris Johnson.
Nothing in it, Michael. You're all excited again.
I loved it, Hammer. I loved it.
Nothing in it.
Control me.
But,
Straight left, right
Johnson
hand
coming back
combination.
well. But I'll tell you what, Butler giving a real shake-up, Michael. Leon Spain gets his charge straight back to the corner. He's going to go to work to him, and man, this one is something exciting.
Let's listen into Harpain Uranoa in the corner of Chris Johnson.
Keep this low. Keep everything low.
From shooters, the
All right. Free.
And of course, the back, she's telling all about Express Mobile. We've got the fabulous Joni, and I'm told Joni's single these days.
Your 1-2s. Don't waste anything. Get your shot and finish just with basics, okay?
And also an extra $50 going in from Richard Bell at the Butler.
Straight hook low.
And
Okay.
from Simon and Jason.
1-2 all the time. 1-2. You can take this guy. Start
An
dancing.
extra 50 in the pocket, boys.
Big breath. Full step.
Well, the advice there from Harpy is 1-2, keep it basic and keep it low. He wants to see Johnson then batter up the league thigh of Scott Butler. But Johnson landing some good shots. Butler in close. I tell you what, his knees are coming dangerously close to the face of Chris Johnson.
Here we go, second round of action, a grudge rematch. Michael Chevello and Mark Castaneda inside at the Southport Sharks. Chris Johnson, spectacular and powerful. Beautiful Mwashigeti to the head. Trying to line up the knee to the sternum there, Scott Butler. And he is built like a brick outhouse. Look at the size of the traps on the young fella, Hammer.
Well, Scotty Butler's got something to prove here. Michael, he's given it a real shake-up. He's taken it right up to Chris Johnson, Scotty Butler.
Outside thigh kick to the rear thigh to Johnson. Johnson forcing him back in the neutral corner. And Butler's gone down. You can hear the crack reverberate ringside. Butler's been hurt, has been turned. Scotty Butler in pain. Back up to his feet. Nods slowly to Brad Vicali. But Scott Butler is worried. Looks towards... Oh, rolling kick. How do you do? I told you he's spectacular, folks. Chris Johnson. This is why they're calling him the next big thing. Can he finish off Scott Butler here in the second round? Johnson like a house on fire. He's all over him like hot wax on a hairy leg hammer.
You reckon we're going to see a replay of those rolling kicks, Michael?
Unbelievable. Chris Johnson. Here he goes again. More kick than a can-can dancer.
Well, Chris Johnson giving something for the Fox Sports highlights, that's for sure, with the rolling kick, and he's bringing it all home now, Chris Johnson.
Butler goes to canvas again. It's all over. It's good night, Irene. Chris Johnson, the next big thing. There's no doubt about it.
I tell you what, though, take your hat off to Scotty Butler for giving it a real shake-up, showing a lot of heart, taking it up to Chris Johnson. Chris Johnson had his fight cut out for him, and that was a sterling effort from Chris Johnson, but Scotty Butler, what a great effort from him. And, geez, what a sensational fight. And we'll certainly have a look at a couple of replays there. Scotty Butler giving it his all, but Chris Johnson, 14 fights and a little bit of a weight advantage. 73 kilos versus 69. Just took it out over Scotty Butler here tonight. Once again, we'll have a look at that rolling kick as Chris Johnson timed it nicely, tried for the double rolling kick on Scotty Butler, but it didn't come for him. Scotty Butler wondered what the hell was that. Came back, tried to fight back with knees, but as I said, Chris Johnson, slight height and reach advantage, just took it out over Scotty Butler here tonight. Timed that round kick beautifully, got it in on Butler.
Ladies and gentlemen, at a time of 1 minute 32, round number 2, your winner, Chris Johnson.
And and he's got an extra 15 in his pack.
Once again, having a look at what transpired there in an epic battle. Chris Johnson, Scott Butler. Butler just getting caught with a massive rib cracker. Trying to come back in close. Johnson working tight. Butler trying to hang on for grim death, but Butler taking the body. And to top it all off, bang, there goes the rolling kick that Chris Johnson effected. Didn't take out Butler, but nevertheless, you've got to take your hat off just for spectacular effort there from Chris